Hello once again and welcome to Astrology. This is your continuing tarot series, but join me for your patra readings, your birth charts or kundali. Visit astrology.com or send me a line at zeta55@outlook.com. Okay, Earth Trine, the situation with you or that you are currently facing for the period August 22nd to September 11th, 2022 comes from the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is a card where you have feelings of loss, misery or grief. I know this comes as a result of a loss of something important to you. This might be the death of a loved one or the end of a special relationship. The overall mood of this card here is negative, but there are indications of hope as well, you know. The Five of Cups means that you are focusing on the negative because this is about your emotions. Cups is about your emotions, how you think, you know, that water, how you flow, and your emotions, how they ebb and flow, and you are focusing on the negative because you have probably lost a loved one or lost your job or had to renew yourself from a relationship, and you are having trouble coming to terms with this, you know. And when we lose something or someone we love, it can be challenging to look beyond the loss and see the positives, you know. We allow ourselves to be overcome by sadness, regret, loneliness that results from an event that, you know, where that loss is, we are concentrating and focusing on the loss. But you know, if you take your time to look around, you will find many positive aspects. You know, your family could come in together in support and love. You will be closer, you know, your relationship may flourish with others based on this loss. There might be a transformation for you, you know. And it goes to show that even in the darkest time, there is always a silver lining. There's always a shining beacon of hope, and you know, you must open your eyes, look around for it. And the main advice of the Five of Cups is to let go of the past and move on. Grief, sadness and negativity will only hold you back from your potential, your full potential. You know, don't be a victim of life's circumstances and try to take a look at the bright side. Earth Trine, try to take a look at the bright side. This is the current situation that you are facing, and what led you to this situation is the Ace of Swords. You know, what is the heart of the situation for you here? The heart of the situation is that you need to have new ideas, new beginnings, new projects, you know, a breakthrough. And this is what the Five of Cups is telling you, that there is hope on the horizon, and the Ace of Swords is supporting that thought that there is hope on the horizon. And you know, the Ace of Swords indicates intellectual ability, mental clarity, the ability to concentrate. You know, you have that communication, that vision, that focus, that intensity, so that, you know, you have fought in the name of the good fight with the Five of Cups. You have fought for whatever cause, but you know, these things are unchangeable at times, and you are entering a new phase, and everything is going to change. You know, the causes and results of the change are not certain because this is the Ace of Swords. It could swing any which way. It's double-edged, you know. But this period will reveal things for you, and you know, if you put your thoughts in action, it may require a little bit of courage, but you will be able to overcome the longest odds, you know, of the game, or of the project, or of the reaction and goals that you want, you know. And the Ace of Swords really represents victory through having a mental strength and achievement. Justice, clarity and creative thinking are all associated with this card. A brilliant idea could just be around the corner, or perhaps it is some sort of divine inspiration towards creativity. So that the heart of the decision here is telling you, yes, take a new path, take a new beginning, for you to find that hope, that beacon of light. And you know, your character here should come from the Seven of Coins, you know, you and your attitude, the Seven of Pentacles, as it were. And the Seven of Pentacles is a balanced card by nature, you know. It suggests that you will avoid failure. You're not going to get quick success or runaway success, because Seven of coins, pentacles. Pentacles is usually years in making. It's a slow but steady progress. You know that you will achieve your goals, but probably not in the time frame that you had hoped for. You will face setbacks, and in order to succeed, you will need to take care to avoid becoming too hesitant or too timid. You know, progress may be slow, but it is possible. It's going to be a bit difficult for you to progress with your new plans and your new beginnings and your new pathways, but you have to hang in there. It's going to be slow, but it is possible for you to get your goals. You know that don't lose hope. Perseverance will lead you to success, and you are currently doing the hard work, and you are getting personal growth and achievement, so that your path will be long, but the rewards, if you can continue without losing your focus and determination, you are going to get the rewards that you want. You know, the Seven of Pentacles represents perseverance in your occupation or business. It is associated with success, but through slow, steady growth. You know, it suggests that you have to wait a long time for your reward, and you know, perhaps you're not working at your full potential. So hanging there, give it another try, and you will come out of that misery, because hope is there for you. And what advice is it that you're going to get? The Eight of Swords, where you are feeling restricted, you are feeling you are in a bind, you are feeling that, you know, confused a little bit. And the Eight of Swords is all about, you know, you being caught in a kind of a prison that you've made for yourself, because you're looking at the mirror here and you are blindfolded. You need to take off that blindfold and find yourself. Don't be lost and confused. Be brave to take that new step. You know, you might feel restricted by circumstances, or you might be in an impossible situation. You know, you might feel that you don't have too many choices, but at the end of the day, you need to look at the options. You need to look at the silver lining, and remember that choices are always available. They may not be what you want right now, but choices are always available. Solutions may not come easily, but they do exist. You know, all that is required for you is for you to take that first step. So get out of the funk that you are in with the Five of Cups. Get out of the restrictions that you are in, and take that new beginning from the Ace of Swords. Take that hard work and that focus from the Seven of Coins, and let us see what your outcome will be. You know, let us find out. And the outcome comes from the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands tells you that you certainly have great reserves of courage and the perseverance to see yourself through to difficult times. You know, you may not be aware that you possess this strength, but the Seven of Wands tells you that you do. You know, you expect conflict, expect some obstacles in your way, but at the end of the day, it is not certain when, you know, these conflicts may come, because the Wands is days. It could be very quick. The Seven of Wands reflect days it could happen, but you know, despite your slow progress, your determination and sustained efforts will lead you steadily forward. Do not give up. You know, there is a conflict approaching, but you know, you have the courage to overcome this hurdle and experience a major transformation in your life. Continue to believe in yourself. Sometimes you might feel that the odds are against you, but you have the power to beat them. You know, the courage to fight on and accept challenges will lead you to a bright future. And because the Seven of Wands represents long-term success, you know, due to your perseverance and your strength, it takes to overcome obstacles and the calculated risks that you might have to take to overcome those obstacles. But you have to use courage to stand up for yourself. And you know, the Wands is all about passion. It's all about action. So that use courage to stand up for yourself and what is best for you, and the answer you are seeking from here now, it will be positive. The answer with this outcome of the Seven of Wands will be positive. So Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, for the period August 22nd to September 11, 2022, you're going to be a little stumbling block. It's going to be a little delay. It's going to be steady but slow progress. You are still going to have to work hard. Earth is reliable and stable. Nothing comes easy for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It's all about hard work for you to get the luxuries in life. As you know, here at Zidam Astrology, I always thank Bhagwan because I am springing out with these videos from the help and guidance of God, and at the end of the day I will always thank him for guiding me and allowing me to bring a message to you. I pray that you will always remain healthy, happy and safe until I see you the next time. I have made some changes at Zidam Astrology to bring you a tutorial or tutorials that follow this final slide here. Well, it's not the final slide obviously, but 3 slides follow here. It's a tutorial if you are interested in understanding my reasoning as to bringing you the trine concept in my tarot readings rather than the individual concept like many others. I believe in what I do. I believe in sharing. I believe in transferring knowledge. So if you are interested in understanding why I do what I do, there are 3 slides in which I will be guiding you as to how I think and why I think the way that I do. Thank you for sticking with me. Thanking you for understanding my methods. I hope that you sign up, share and subscribe. Until next time. This is the trine concept for the earth, which includes Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. And you know, the earth is stable, practical and sensible, and the earth signs have patience and they prefer to wait, letting things happen in their own time, you know, instead of pushing the matter. This can make them stuck in their ways at times, and they can be the most closed off of the signs. They prefer to have a calm, stable life and are the most hardworking of the trines in the zodiac. The earth signs are Taurus, which is the most immovable, stubborn, Virgo, which is the most practical, and Capricorn, which is the hardest worker of the three. So that here we have the earth signs where they keep it real. You know, they are the grounded people on the planet, the ones who bring us down to earth and remind us to start with a solid foundation. Slow and steady. These are the builders, and they are loyal and stable, and they stick by their people through thick and thin, you know, we see it through hard times even. You know, on the good days they are practical. At the worst they can be materialistic or too focused on the surface of the things to dig a little more deeper to get to the root of the issue. So this is the earth trine, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Okay, this is your tutorial. As I mentioned to you in this video that I'm going to leave a tutorial so that you can see why I have formulated the trine concept to read horoscopes at Zidam Astrology rather than read individual signs from Aries to Pisces for you. And I've found in my research and in my reading and from my teachings that there are commonalities between the tarot and the Kundali, which is your birth chart in Vedic astrology. So that these are the commonalities that have aligned together, that have created a method that will utilize the tarot and Vedic astrology to read and analyze for you in the trine concept. And this is a Kundali or birth chart taken randomly on somebody born on April 21st, 2022 at 6 a.m. And this person's birth chart or natal placements are here for you to see that these are the placement. This is the fate of this person. This is the ascendant or lagna, as we say in Vedic astrology, where we say this is the first house of the 12 houses in the zodiac sign. So wherever the ascendant or lagna falls is where we denote in Vedic astrology your first house. And in this particular chart we go clockwise from Aries to Pisces so that we'll know where your first to 12th house falls. So your first house is Aries, your 12th house will be Jupiter. And each house in Vedic astrology denotes something. It denotes your wealth, your family, your siblings, your relatives, your children, your marriage, your father, your mother, your work, your career, your community, your luck, your spirituality, your illnesses, whether it's chronic or routine, you know, how you will earn your money, how you will lose your money, a multiplicity of things. And each of these houses has its significations that we read for you in Vedic astrology. So this is your natal chart. This is your fate. You cannot change the positioning of these planets in your Kundali, because this is the placement of the planets when you were born, the time you were born, and the place you were born. However, you cannot change fate, but you can change destiny. And destiny comes from the transit of the planets, because each of these planets, they move from one sign to the next during particular periods. And you can change your destiny through your freedom of expression and will, through your ambition, through your courage, so that you can change destiny. You can't change fate. And the transit of planets will give you a chance to change your destiny. And transits, planets move, as we see here, Saturn every 2.5 years, and so on and so forth. This is how planets move from one sign to the next. Neptune takes 14 years to move from one sign to the next. Mercury takes 1 month. Sun takes 1 month. And you will see these are the 12 planets that I deal with at Zedam Astrology, so that they are the ones that I look at and how they move. And every placement of a planet in a particular sign says something, does something, has an aspect on your natal planet, and it throws out potential or a pathway for you to understand what can be happening. You know, it is the natal chart is a map of what the sky was like on the day, for us to know ourselves and to better understand the types of energy we have available for each moment and situation in life. And because of the transits where destiny can be changed, we can say that this placement is not decisive, but it shows options and it marks pathways in which we can utilize to make choices during our lifetime. And then we have the source code of astrology, and that FEAW is basically fire, earth, air, and water. Those are the trines that I look at, and the 4 elements are the source code of astrology, and they are the blueprint of your soul. You know, you become the architect of your destiny by using this blueprint of our soul. And the blueprint of our soul, one of the trines that I use, because it's the foundation, you know, one of the trines that I use is the Dharma Trikona. And the Dharma trine tells you that, you know, this is the trine that keeps us on the soul's mission, the accumulated merit and the manifestation of past karma. And this 159 denotes the houses 1, 5, and 9. And as you see, we have fire, earth, air, and water trines. So this is the source code of astrology. And tradition holds that religious duty, or dharma, is the primary aim of human life. Since it is the foundation which you develop your wisdom and your discretion to pursue wealth, which is artha, which is another trine, happiness, karma, which is a third trine, and we pursue these wealth and happiness from the wisdom we get from dharma, so that we will not compromise our chances of liberation, which is moksha, which is the 4th trine. But I use the 1st trine because it is the foundation, it is the primary aim of your birth on this earth. And Hinduism describes the Dharma trine as the natural universal laws whose observance enables us to be contented and happy, and to save ourselves from degradation and suffering. So that dharma is the moral law combined with spiritual discipline that guides our life. And this is what the dharma trine is. And I'm just going to pull up another version of the zodiac circle, the 12 signs, and I'll just give you an example, so that this random Kundalini or birth chart gives you Aries as the ascendant. And with Aries as the ascendant, that will be the first house. The first house will be Aries, the fifth house will be Leo, and the ninth house will be Sagittarius. And this is the trine. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is the fire trine. And with the fire trine, even if your first bhava is Leo, then Leo will be your first house, Sagittarius will be your fifth, and Aries will be your ninth. You will still remain in that trine if your ascendant moves from Aries to Leo or Sagittarius. And remember, your ascendant moves every 2.5 hours every day from one zodiac sign to our next in Vedic astrology. And then we have the earth trine, and the earth trine can begin with Taurus. And if it begins with Taurus, then you would have as your fifth house, you will have Virgo. As your ninth house, you will have Capricorn, and this is your earth trine. Then your air trine will be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. That is your air trine. And obviously your water trine will then be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, so that all your signs are taken care of there, as you see. So these are the trines. And why I do the horoscope in trines is because Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, when one is activated, each of these are activated because they are in a trine. They are in a dharma trine, where your duty, where your vision, where your wisdom are all created for you to understand that first house is you are born, then fifth house is your children, and the ninth house is your father. So you get the circle of evolution. Your father produces you with your mother. Your mother helps you throughout your life. When you are an adult, then you produce children. And that is where you get this circle of evolution, so that the dharma trine here is what connects each of these three signs in the zodiac. And then we have the tarot deck. And the tarot deck, as we know it, has wands, pentacles, swords, and cups. And you will see that the wands is with fire, the pentacles is earth, and swords are air, and cups are water. So that here now we have the commonality between the tarot deck and the zodiac astrology, the source code of astrology. So that this is what I find with the commonalities. There are so many other things that I can speak about, but this is the basic. This is the basic. And if we have to talk about, a tarot spread, that my go-to tarot spread is the Tetractys. And the Tetractys tarot spread comes from that Greek philosopher Pythagoras, who threw out for us the Pythagoras theorem. And he can be viewed as a Vedic Brahmin, because three of the things he did or believed in was that he wore white exclusively, he was a vegetarian, and he believed in reincarnation. And his theorem existed in the Sanskrit texts in India. So that there we have the commonality again. And then even so, the tarot deck, the fire is clubs, pentacles is diamonds, swords is aligned to spades, and cups is aligned to hearts. So this is where we get the commonalities. This is where I can utilize a union of tarot and Vedic astrology to bring you a complex issue, but a different take on reading your birth chart, because you cannot live by yourself, you weren't born by yourself, and you can't grow up by yourself. There is a community, and that community brings the trine, so that you feel comfortable if you are in the fire trine with people from Leo and Sagittarius if you were born in Aries. Likewise, it goes so for the other trines. So this is my research, this is my method that I use, and I hope I was clear, complete, and concise. I ask that you share, sign up and subscribe, review my videos, look at my transit series, and I will join you next time. Thank you so much. The trine's synergy in Vedic astrology and tarot is given here, showing you the alignment of the houses 1, 5, 9 that makes up the trine, any way you count it or check it or review it. And it also introduces the kendras, the houses of Lord Vishnu, and these are the houses 1, 4, 7 and 10 in Vedic astrology. Again, you can get further details on this or an explanation in my previous videos.